everyone, and welcome. We're back again. Storm here.
Kimmy here.
And Mom here.
So welcome to our channel if you are new. If you're not, welcome back. We are watching Django Unchained today. Ooh, yeah, so what's that even mean, guys? So we're all blind to this. And surprise, Mom is here. So a lot of you are probably questioning this because there is no rhyme or reason for why we do things, and we always try to keep you guys happy as well. We have a lot of requests, and we love Quentin Tarantino. Now, Mom doesn't know any movies by Quentin Tarantino because she didn't watch any with us, but Kim and I have watched 3, right, or 4, but we watched a few of them. And we really do enjoy his movies. Mom was great. And I'm like, are you sure? We had a talk yesterday. And I was just like, do you want to watch with us? Because it is violent. I usually try not to tell you guys anything. But because I want to make sure Mom is healthy and happy watching stuff with us. And you're always the better, calm person. During our reactions, it's usually Kim and I that break out. But you were interested in seeing this, so Mom approved it and wanted to see it. So you were amazing. I am questioning if this will be okay for you or not because I don't know anything about it really. I know Jamie Foxx is in it. Christoph Waltz, Kim and I have seen him. And Mom, you've seen him too. We've seen him in a couple things on our channel. And you'll recognize him, I think, once you see him. A lot of big people in this. Leonardo DiCaprio, you guys like. He's in this. Yeah, so we'll see if we recognize anyone else. I love how Quentin Tarantino tells his stories. There's always a lot of violence. So I kind of like laugh nervously because I did prepare Mom with that. I don't want you to be too shocked seeing this.
Yeah, okay.
A few of you will challenge me and be like, well, you guys saw Game of Thrones. So, and there's a lot of other things that we've seen, Vikings and a lot of violent things on our channel, but still doesn't mean I want to have it in your face. And it's been a while now that we've seen Game of Thrones. I missed that. That was such a great series.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I know debatable at the end, but I just really enjoyed it.
At the end,
yeah. But no spoilers, guys, just in case you haven't seen it, sorry. But no, yeah, so we did enjoy it, though, for the most part. And we, together, you know, you guys were blind. I was blind with you guys the last, couple seasons. And so I think you will handle this okay. I'm hoping. But again, I'm blind to this as well. So this is going to, we'll find out. I'll be like,
let's see how you handle it.
Yeah, I know. Kim and I are going to be freaking out.
Yeah.
So a few of you might know because a lot of you have been with us for a long time now, and we had this joke going around about the red pillow. And when we used to do reactions on Mom's couch, she had a red couch, and we always had red pillows around us. We would get so scared during Game of Thrones that it became habit where I would just give Mom a red pillow and she would just cover her face. And during one particular episode, I had Mom just have the red pillow over her face the entire time because it was just too disturbing. We just started our channel. It was like the first year, a few months or something. And I was panicking and I was so nervous. I was quiet, I remember. I think I was quiet for the most part. Yeah, because I wasn't sure because this was a very disturbing scene. So I just gave her the red pillow, and a few of you were like really annoyed at that, but a lot of you did understand why I did it. But again, we were new to reactions. I didn't want you to get too disturbed. I mean, anything I say is not going to sound right because it's messed up. It was really messed up. But people did appreciate that I respected that enough to give you a red pillow so you didn't have to watch and you knew what was happening.
Yes.
So we've come far from that, but it would be hilarious if you just magically have a red pillow.
I still hide. I don't like this stuff.
Yeah, you know what though, and more power to you because like you absolutely take care of yourself too. Like I do try to like tell you now and again when you get too much like that to, oh, it's okay, it's over now. So you keep looking. I'll never force you to open your eyes and be like, watch the gore, Mom, watch the gore, because that's not fair. Yeah, I know that's not nice. Right? So hopefully it's not that terrible. But I do like Jamie Foxx. I like Christoph Waltz. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm sure we'll meet a lot of other people.
You said?
Oh yes, and Samuel Jackson.
Yes.
How could I forget
That's
him? Oh my
right.
God! So we
Don't
love
forget
Samuel
him.
Jackson. We love him as Nick Fury because we watch a lot of Marvel, and I laugh because we really do. But that's like one of our favorite things to watch. And yeah, so Nick Fury, woo! Yeah,
I'm excited for Jamie Foxx because I've only seen him on Living Color.
Yeah.
I forgot he was on that because
love-
you mentioned
Yeah.
that during one of our reviews, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he was on that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I remember.
Wanda.
I never watched In Living Color besides with you when I was a kid, and I was like, oh yeah, but I remember Jim Carrey being on it, but other than that, I don't remember anyone else. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't watch it a lot. It was like maybe a couple episodes here and there, but yeah, so that's cool. Okay, and he's a great singer. He has a great voice. Maybe he'll sing
that's
for us.
what I
Yes, he
hear.
is.
Okay, so Django Unchained. You guys ready?
We're ready.
Ready?
What's your name? Django. Then you're exactly the one I'm looking for.
Oh, on a horse!
Oh, that was so good.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, right.
There's no
Made me
talking.
walk
You
all
deserve
down
this.
the chains.
Oh,
Yeah, look at the door. I'll take it
Oh,
off. Yeah.
confidence.
oh,
Oh,
oh! They make it so freaking nasty. Point blank shotgun. Oh my
Like a
god.
I'm looking for 3 white men. The name is Brittle. You know him?
Well, one's over in that field.
Oh, he's watching him. Look at him. Oh, there's no way you're gonna escape.
oh, from a horse. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh. What a pig.
take it and strangle him.
Oh! Oh, freaking army?
Oh, wow. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
okay.
Yeah,
Klansmen,
KKK.
Klansmen.
Move along.
I hope they light their masks on fire.
Light it up.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing. When I start riding, the bag's moving all over, and I'm riding blind.
This is
Yeah.
their concern, really?
Criticize.
Oh my god, they're going to murder people!
All that matters is can the fucking horse see?
Oh my
So they can't
God.
see anything.
They're so ashamed. Put your foot.
Feet us in.
Whoa.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Serves you right.
I'll find where they sent your wife.
Uh-huh.
This is gonna be
Oh,
fun.
fingers crossed, yeah. Isn't that bad? We're like, this is gonna be
Oh,
fun.
look at him now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it looks way better.
Nice.
Equals.
Wow.
That's good.
Oh, right.
That's accurate.
Wow, the
Ooh,
carrot.
what's nose? Yeah.
Ooh, it's spinning. Ooh. Oh.
Oh, it's nice.
Fight to the death?
That's just like, come on. How sick.
Oh, so like no
Oh,
choice.
come on. Oh,
Oh.
that's so sad. Oh, God,
Ow!
this is so.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, no, 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 no.
oh,
Oh my God, this is.
Go on, boy, finish.
Oh, yeah.
oh. Oh.
Well, I don't sell the niggas I don't want to sell.
This is like on edge. Like, ooh.
$12,000.
Turned him around. Oh. Did he try
Oh my
running?
God. Oh,
Send D'Artagnan to nigga heaven.
Oh.
oh,
Who's
what
gonna
the
send the
heck?
dogs?
Not with the
Oh,
dogs.
come on, what the heck?
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, God. Brutal.
Oh my God.
He doesn't even flinch.
That's what it's all for.
Keeps thinking, yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Made him look a lot older.
Yeah.
Let's spend the night. Go up in the guest bedroom to get too ready. He gonna stay in the big house.
Oh,
Slave.
God.
It's different. Yes, sir. Yes, you can.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But for him to be that, like, loud to his master, you know?
May I introduce to you Brunhilde? And I shall bring
Much obliged.
Oh, no, it's just like Good.
Good. Yeah. That was great. Get out of here.
Glas Wasser.
Ich spreche jetzt nur für den Fall mit Ihnen Deutsch, dass Candys Leute uns zuhören.
Perfect. So they can't understand. So that's
Yeah.
great.
Er steht direkt hinter dieser Tür.
Oh, this is so awesome.
Oh. Don't drop your glass. Don't drop your glass.
You're the troublemaker.
She fa-
Oh.
You silver-tongued devil, you.
Hurry up, girl. It looks like this pony's got big eyes for Django.
Oh, don't
Oh my
react.
gosh, no.
Even she saw it.
Yeah.
At least she caught on to it.
Yeah, I think he caught on.
Not good.
Show Doc your shoulder back here. Go on.
Cal.
Oh, come on. Right here, the poor thing.
How
Oh,
humiliating.
Oh my God! I know. What do you
he's
do
not
here?
gonna- he's not-
Don't.
Oh, watch it. Oh.
Goddamn mind.
Oh,
Look at that, Doc.
my
It's like a
God,
painting.
no,
Look at that.
That's so sad, so sick.
Come get this girl.
My God.
Oh, he's liking it.
He's
He's gonna
seeing
do
it.
something. Yeah.
Adult supervision is required.
Oh, Jay, that's not good.
Oh no!
You son of a...
Lay your palm flat on that tabletop.
Your ass in there.
Lay your hand flat on that table. Shut your
No.
Oh, don't do that.
And I can choose to do with my property whatever I so desire.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh no!
Yes.
Right in front of both
My
y'all.
God.
What's it gonna be?
Oh, my
Lift
God.
your hands off the tabletop in order to remove my billfold.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
Oh.
You know they're gonna come back.
I still don't trust it.
God, it's so uncomfortable.
My
Ooh.
God. Oh,
Oh my.
He's getting infuriated.
It's a custom here in the South. Once a business deal is concluded that the two parties
Handshake.
shake hands. So I'm afraid I must insist.
Why?
yeah, there's something going on here. No.
Then I'm afraid I must insist in the opposite direction.
He was just
Back
backing up.
Yeah, he's backing up.
Just take his hand and
Oh
go.
my God, just.
He's still gonna do it.
Ooh.
Oh, bad news. Oh, you come. What?
Whoosh.
No.
Trust.
No.
Watch it, yo. I don't trust it.
Oh no.
See? No. Yeah, see?
Oh, and there's more.
Oh my God.
Now it's just Django against all these guys.
Oh my God.
Whoa,
The
bloody God.
walls are painted
Whoa.
in blood.
My
Oh
God.
my
My God. Whoa.
Mom, don't look.
You give me up.
Oh no.
Baby.
Let me go, she's saying. No.
No.
Give up. I can't hear
No.
you, nigga.
Oh no.
I said
that's
I
it.
give up.
Oh, look at all the bodies.
wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Whoa.
great.
Son of a bitch.
Oh,
Right back
on his
where he
face.
started. Just cover my ears too. I
Oh
don't wanna
my
hear you talk.
God.
Oh,
Son
no,
of a-
that brain, that one, whatever. Oh, you son of a...
Kick him right in the
that is-
goddamn head with your knees.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Son of a gun.
Oh, jeez.
And he lost his friend too, and his poor wife.
Yeah,
Like, where is she?
My God.
Back there at that plantation, Candyland, there was $11,500 fortune just sitting there. It's in the form of a wanted dead or alive bounty on the Bacall gang. Because they just got away with murder.
Is that Quentin?
But it ain't got to be that way.
You're right, it is.
Yeah.
I got the handbill right here in my pocket if you let me get it. Get it in.
Oh, Dr. taught her well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I get it.
I've just had the sauce fixed.
Perfect.
That's good to know.
Oh, yep.
My God, watch it.
Oh, and he blew up.
Whoa.
Don't let that dynamite.
No problem, sure.
Uh,
It's like, he's my hero.
He's smiling.
he has that little smile.
He saved his life too.
Yeah. Oh.
It's me, baby.
Okay, good. Oh. That's beautiful.
Y'all gonna be together with Calvin in the by and by just a bit sooner than y'all was expecting.
Oh my God.
Good.
You didn't mention kneecap.
Ooh.
What they gonna do to you?
Dynamite.
I was
Okay,
gonna
right.
say I'm waiting for the dynamite because he asked for that.
Yeah. Yes, he
It's
will.
gonna be a fireball.
Yes, he
He wrapped it
will.
around. Give them time to get away. Boom! The whole place.
Whoa,
Oh my god, best picture ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
Oh my god.
Yeah, God.
We're gonna keep watching it just in
Wow.
case there's more.
Okay.
I love the song.
Guy with his
Yes, good.
dragging leg.
Oh, wow.
With all the violence, I'm just laughing. I'm just like, well deserved.
Oh, wow.
Baghead number 2, Jonah Hill.
Oh, jeez.
Snowy Snow. Got the
Oh,
names.
wow.
That was great that you noticed Quentin Tarantino, Kim.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh god. Wow. I have to applaud though. That was just amazing.
Excellent.
That was
That was
such a
good.
good
Very good.
movie.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my
So
gosh.
the gore in it just had me laughing because it was so nasty and over the top,
Oh,
and
I was-
Quentin Tarantino loves that. So, Mom,
I was hiding a lot.
yeah, so what do you think? Did you
I
like
really
it?
liked it. Yes, I really did like it.
I think you really got
Yes.
into it. I was kind of glancing
Yes.
over to see how you were taking it, and it
Yeah,
seemed like you
I
did.
was
So
like
So of course I didn't even
That's
check her
right.
out.
yeah. Kim and I saw a few already, and we really get into them now. And I think
Oh,
this one
yeah.
we were already
Oh,
like
gosh.
invested and were prepared for what could happen. Not that we knew
Oh.
anything about the story, but just Quentin Tarantino's style. Hands down, I love the other movies that we've seen of him, but this was my favorite. I
Oh, this
really
is good.
enjoyed
This
this
is
one a
really
lot.
good. Yes.
And
Astronomical.
you have
Oh,
these
wow.
poor people who were done wrong
were,
so
oh,
terribly
yes.
before the Civil War, even after, but like before in this case.
So sad.
And it's so terrible. I know Quentin Tarantino loves his history and he changes things up, and I don't know if this is based on a true story or not, but I want to look up some things now. I love how Django went through all these things and he was able to get his revenge on these horrible, bad people.
Yes.
And with all this
Disgusting.
violence and gore, I'm just like laughing because it's so insanely bad. And I'm just like, yes, get these horrible
it's
people.
like the underdog the entire movie.
That's right. Yes.
Only one little
Oh, God.
time where we thought, okay,
My
yeah,
gosh.
Mm-hmm.
it's done.
I like Dr. Schultz so much.
Yes,
Kind
me
of
too.
sad.
I was so sad to
was
see him
so
die.
So
good.
impressive.
But that was actually
my
good. It
God.
was tragic in how he died, and now Django can
Yeah.
actually carry on his
Yeah.
legacy. Because I want to say after this, because he's been known, and I want to say he has a good legacy after this, or maybe a bad legacy, depending on what side you're on. But holy crap, like I really wish he did survive, but it made it more meaningful, I guess, that he died there. And he was such a brave doctor. Hilarious from the
Oh, yeah.
start. I love the freaking humor mixed into
my
this.
gosh,
It's like a
it's-
perfect mix.
You're so
Isn't it
smart.
crazy? He wasn't
Yeah.
a dentist for like 5 years.
My
He
God.
The molar on
the
top
way
of
he
his
was
car.
talking.
That was so funny. It just how violent
Oh,
this is, and then you just have this silly humor the whole time with the bobbing molar on the top,
Oh,
and,
yeah, that's it.
and how Schultz can talk. He was so good with words, so proper,
very good.
big intellect, and a lot of people are like, English, I can't understand you. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, that's like my second language. And then he's still talking like big words to these guys
Something I'm so
who are
bad with.
uneducated, and they're like, what?
I like the way he stored his money in the tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mountie money.
Yeah, very smart in
The
how he did
molar.
that. And I love how he trained his horse. Like,
Oh my
the horse bowing. Just,
Yeah.
all these things that he did seemed so friendly and
Right.
fun. And he was this bounty hunter. He gave up
Yes.
dentistry to be this bounty hunter. And I love seeing that he was just so angry at these white people taking advantage of black people. Like, he had
Yes,
such
yes,
a
it was,
passion.
yes.
was terrible.
Oh yeah, you
Good
can
for
see that it
him.
irked him
Yeah,
and
with
really
dogs.
just made him upset.
Oh,
And
yeah.
him with Django and seeing him as an equal, and him telling him, okay, well, this is how we have
That's
to
how
do
it should be.
it to get what we need to get, and you have to play a character. And I love how he did that. These are the characters we're going to play,
Yeah.
but he always asked Django his opinion, and in front of others. So at the end, being at this biggest plantation, we're like, how the heck are they going to get out of here? And yet they still pushed it where he treated him as an equal all the way through, talking to him and asking his opinion.
That was great.
That's
in
Even
front
with
of
money.
everybody else.
That's right.
Even about money and having him say these numbers. They might have talked about it
Yeah.
sometimes, like when people weren't watching. But for him to let him lead it, like that was so cool to me. I
And
love
almost
seeing that.
forcing respect on Django. Almost forcing everyone else to have more
Yeah,
respect for Django.
and it was disrespecting everyone else, which was great because it's like, oh, you could see these different like facial expressions, just like they did not like that. Oh, this movie, like, it just makes you so angry at this bad people.
So mad.
What makes you better than all these other equals? Like, no one, like, really skin color. It's just amazing because you know this happened and people were just so racist. People are still racist. But I love seeing that they were able to get their revenge. Django was able to get his revenge and save his wife. Like, I love seeing that.
That was so good.
Even the first plantation when they went to the first guy, and that first plantation when he got the 3 guys, and the doc is saying, "Oh, you know, you're pretty impressive. You were a little abrasive." Paraphrasing.
That's right. Yeah.
I love that he was such a great mentor for Django.
That's right.
So good, and I love it how when we were learning their relationship, because we saw what the doctor was about in the beginning, and I'm like, okay, and I'm trying to feel it out because I remember him, of course. We love Christoph Waltz, and Kim and I know him as a bad guy in Inglourious Basterds, and he was so good at that role and so scary.
He was so good.
And Quentin Tarantino's really good with, of course, directing. He makes you feel so awkward, and you feel like you're in that position, and you're like, what's going to happen? And things can either stay calm, but things usually explode in this crazy gore. So I just remember him in that role in Inglourious Basterds where you were just on edge with his dialogue, and I'm like, what's going to happen? And you just felt so uncomfortable and sick to your stomach. This had it as well, but I felt like it wasn't as bad, but there were certain scenes that made me feel that. But anyways, like Christoph Waltz, like I just thought was so perfect in this role. I loved him as this character.
He was great. I loved him when he went into the bedroom of Candyland's mansion, and Hildy came up, and they were talking in tongues, so no one else.
Oh, that's right. That was good.
That was fantastic.
I love how he treated the sister, how she was so arrogant, and I knew being with this guy who owns this big plantation, he doesn't care about his slaves at all. Everyone seems happy because they're trained that way. They have to be like that. And I was like, okay, well, how does she really feel? She's the sister of this ultimate tyrant. And when it was coming out the way she was talking to the slaves, and then when she went up to his room, she's like, present yourself, speak some German, and you could tell she was just so freaking arrogant the whole time. So when he just disrespected her and waved her off and even just nodded because she was all smiley and happy, and he was like kind of like annoyed, like Twitch smiled at her, and then after that he just kind of shut the door in her face when she was still talking. That was really so good. Great. I enjoyed that so much. Yeah, but he was so great with Hildy. So great.
And just because she's white and she's from the family, she can just say whatever she wants. And
so annoying. The acting, I have to say, is so great in this. It was so well done. I really believed everything. I was getting pulled in, and I couldn't stand her character and how arrogant she was. Like, what makes you better?
I was pissed off. I was pissed off.
I know.
Stevens.
Who?
I was so pissed off. Steven.
Oh, Steven. Yes.
I was so pissed off. I was, but he was like a Ben to Calvin's grandfather. He was like the Ben of the family.
Yes. Oh, that scene was hard to take. I'm like, oh my God, because you could feel it, and we're looking at our favorite characters saying like they get what's going on. You could see it on their faces, like, okay, this is weird, okay, and then it started getting dreadful, like, holy crap, he's on to us, and this isn't good. But the transaction almost went through. But going back, Samuel Jackson, we love him. We know him as Nick Fury and a few other roles, and we've seen him with Quentin Tarantino. Like, he's really good in Pulp Fiction. So he was really good. And, Mom, you haven't seen those movies, but we all love Samuel Jackson, and we've seen him in great roles. And he was really mean in this one. He was evil in this one, and he only cared for his master. Like, he had a weird, loving relationship with his master. How he could speak out of turn like that. And
like a grandfather.
And he would tolerate it, like he would yell at him, but he would still push it and be like, no, you're right, I'm sorry, I'm not questioning you, but what about this? Like, right when he would bring up something else, about sleeping in the suite.
Leaning over him the whole time at dinner.
I can't stand that, like, space.
Keep saying, being a parrot.
Yeah, pretty impressive. So he really loved his master, and he just would do anything because he was so selfish. He didn't care about anyone else.
Very loyal.
All these people getting tortured unfairly. Like, you shouldn't even be unfairly. You shouldn't even be tortured at all. But he is in that same thing. Like, he's still a slave, but he is pampered and favored.
He's part of the family.
That's right.
Part
yeah.
of the family, so he'd use
And
everyone else the same way.
yeah.
So it's just terrible. So seeing him in that role, yes, I was so upset at him too because of that. But he's such a
My
great
God,
actor
yes,
for
yes.
it. But I
Oh my gosh, that's it.
yeah, and for him to die like that, like I
Yes.
felt bad because you just hear Samuel's voice like in agony, and I'm like, no. But they're like, yeah, no, Stephen, it's Stephen. He deserves it. Ooh, the kneecaps.
That's
And Django, I loved his character so much. It really just pulled at me when he's talking to the doctor and they're having a heart-to-heart and they're learning about each other and they're just sitting by the fire. I love that. We were joking about it and he's like sitting, he's like all excited and he keeps shifting. Like a little kid, like all excited about his story. And he's so into it. Every sentence that the doctor says, Schultz, I keep saying doctor, but yeah, and he's just like all excited and he's actually engaging and be like, okay, well, what happened? Okay, well, what about this?
He's so in love with his wife. He wants to know.
And what a perfect story.
Definitely one.
Right.
And it was a motivational story.
Yes.
He really taught him well,
good.
and Django's so smart. And again, what I was saying at the end, when he was talking to those guys who had him in chains, and they were going off to a different place for him to be a slave forever, he was explaining himself as a bounty hunter. He used everything. He's so smart. And with his mentor, with Schultz helping him out, he knew how to talk to these guys, and they were uneducated, and not they didn't. He just knew how to like mess with them to really believe it. Money is power, and for him to do that and being black, like that is freaking hard to do. And he step up from the doctor, impressive. I love that scene so much, and we're giggling. People are like blowing up. And Quentin Tarantino is like one of the guys when he gets blown up. Everything about this movie, I think,
rides
is
off the
perfect.
bareback. The other guys are free.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I love how they made fun of the KKK. Like, that was horrible. And we were laughing. I'm like, these freaking cowards.
And how they made fun of the way people being such an airhead.
I know. And it's like, oh, well, my wife, you know, she spent a lot of time getting these bags out, trying to cut holes in them. They're all complaining. I'm like, oh, my God, they're complaining about the freaking bed sheets that they're wearing. What? And how great. And then they all the kids in ambush. Like they're so smart.
Kill two people out in the middle of nowhere.
I love it.
You need them out in the beginning.
Yeah, because then you have Schultz and you have Django just hanging out. They knew. They're so smart. They knew this was going to happen. So it's just great how like they're hiding away and you have all these stupid cowards going around like, hey, we're going to show them something. It was just perfect. He knows how to like get to the audience. I'm like, oh my God.
I think that the doctor knew he was going to give himself up right when he turned to be a partner with Django and go to Candyland, get his wife. He knew that they truly were a partnership. I think in his mind, they truly were. He had no business there. They were done.
And he said that.
I
love his reasoning.
Yeah, and he was totally willing to give up. He knew damn well he could have turned right around and got the second guy.
Yeah.
I
feel like I was kind of questioning that because some things were in slow motion, like maybe it happened really fast. But yeah, I agree. He's way too fast. Like he would have totally killed him. So maybe he just kind of said, "This is my time." Yeah. No, I didn't like it though, but still.
I hated it. He was. I just wanted him to keep talking to me.
I love it, like him talking to him. She's like, the whole time, like all his big words and just like messing with people.
Oh my gosh,
until the very end. But now Django can carry on his legacy, and I hope there's another movie of Django because I want to see him carry it, and I hope they live happily ever after.
Yes, I do too.
So much.
That was so good.
Yes.
So I hope she wasn't raped by anybody. I mean, I don't know how long she was a slave before he met up with her. It seemed like it wasn't that much time, but you never know. She was in a freaking hot box. Like, thank God that was it, I guess, but that's still terrible. Like, you were going to be in there for another 10 days. You weren't going to survive that.
What are you going to feed? What are you going to feed her? Like,
do they feed? Yeah, is she going to starve in there? Are they going to give her water? And even so, like, she's baking out in this hot metal box or wooden box. I think it was metal.
Wow.
But is she going to even survive? Like, even just one day? But to do 10 days, that's insane.
10 days.
She's skinny. I mean, she's not going to last very long.
That's right.
No. So I'm glad how he played it. Like, they arrived just in time, and for the doctor to be like, "Oh, I need a companion who could speak German." Like, it was just a perfect opportunity.
Right. That was good.
And I like how he also explained to Django that I've never freed someone before. And I feel like I'm responsible for you and I have to do this to make it right. And I like his reasoning with it because he is a good person. And even though he's a bounty hunter and he's killing bad guys to get money, like he still was very compassionate to all people and to he wanted equality. He did not like how these slaves were being
That's
treated. They shouldn't be
shaming them,
slaves. And
yeah.
you could see it in his face. And
Definitely
I love how they
when they were
showed that.
fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
He kept getting upset, but he had to play the game correctly. And even Django trying to push it and show that he was different from the others. And he would, like mock them or say things like he was
pretending
white.
he was the slaver.
Yeah,
Yes,
and it just
Doing
scared me so
character.
much. And that poor man who got pulled apart by dogs, like that was so brutal.
Oh,
What monsters to just do that and just laugh and think it's
that's so
and
disturbing.
you could see it on Django's face and how upset he was, but he held it together, but you could see it in his face, and they did that up close shot of him.
Yeah.
But once they found out at dinner, Stephen told his master, I kind of thought they were going to test that with the wife, which they did. They brought her out. He was going to hammer her head.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with the dog scene, I thought they were going to do something similar with that
I thought they were
he
going
didn't
to just
say
torture
anything.
her right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there,
So I thought they were going to torture
my
her
gosh,
in front
yeah.
of him because of how cold he was trying to be before, and call that blood.
Oh, jeez.
That was
wow.
so terrible, but I'm happy he made it out. What a bloodbath at the end.
Oh,
That was terrible.
that was
And
terrible. Why did I look at that?
All the way
focus,
through.
That whole border. God,
Oh, my
who would-
God.
thank God it was blown up because there was
What-
how many guys?
My
did they
God,
kill?
everything.
Like,
yeah.
how artistic is that to just have blood splattered everywhere on these
Oh
white
my
walls?
gosh.
Everywhere was
that was
soaked.
so-
In gruesome
That's-
ways, people were
My
just
God.
blowing up everywhere, just getting shot up.
And the sound, you couldn't help the
My
sound.
God,
Right in
yeah,
our
you
ears,
hear
earbuds.
My gosh.
Oh,
That would be-
The guy in the middle, right in the foyer, right in the front door, that wasn't dead.
he was still there and he was still suffering the whole time.
Yes.
He's just screaming, like just freaking kill me
Screaming,
already.
yeah, that's right.
Ah.
God.
So it's great how he films this because it's so violent, but it's funny because you want these things to happen, but not, and it's just over the
Oh my
top where we
God.
just start laughing. And guys, if we're just messed up, let us know. But I'm sure a lot of other fans feel the same way.
I think we're
because-
also releasing it too, the tension and things
Yeah.
like that when they're fighting like that. And you
Wow.
have to release it.
And they're really bad guys.
Mhm.
That just hate,
yeah.
hate
Horrible.
builds hate.
Sad.
There's
Terrible.
So, much hate.
So
I hate
terrible.
that.
But I felt a
Despise
lot
it.
of justice in this, and
I did too.
oh my God. And just how his wife was
Oh.
holding her ears at the end and the whole house
Yes,
explodes. I thought when they were doing that funeral thing, and I was getting all nervous because, first of all, when Django met up with his wife, and that was so sweet of a moment, and they're kissing, and then they were kind of jumping to that group walking in the dark, and I was
Oh,
like,
I
oh,
was
and I
talking
got
about
scared
that.
because I knew they were doing
Whoa,
time
yeah.
jumps, but I'm like, is
so
this
it's
gonna
gonna happen?
meet up and they're gonna
Yeah.
find them and have a big gunfight?
Yeah.
But I'm happy it worked out where Django got to the house first when they showed up. I thought he was gonna take all the dynamite and put it in the candles. I don't know if he would be creative enough to be able to do that.
Oh
And
my God.
that's what I was gonna originally say. And I'm like, don't say it just in case if you're right. And then if they start lighting the candles, they're just gonna all blow up. But I'm happy that he saved the slaves that were there because they, besides Stephen, but the other two that were there, they were trapped. It wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
So he
That's right.
actually was able to have them leave, and he was like,
How
say
it's grown.
goodbye to the sister. Like, that was funny. It's like, say goodbye.
He just got the wind just went shh.
I just said that's like the Matrix because I love how exaggerated
God.
that was. Like, she blew the complete opposite way, but he shot on this angle it doesn't look right, but he's shooting this way, and then she
Yeah,
just
right.
flies that way, and it's just like woo.
Okay.
I loved it. It's just so perfect. Yeah.
Oh
But
my
the
gosh.
torture and creative ways
Oh.
they come up with to really just torture people, just
That's so disgusting,
sickening.
yeah.
That scene with
Sickening.
Django got when he gave up and he's in that barn and that guy's gonna torture him and castrate him or whatever.
Oh.
I was like, that's it.
Yes.
How is he gonna get out of that?
I was like that too. I'm like,
That's
really,
right,
they're
my
capturing
God.
him here. I thought he
And
was
then
going
I-
to get up and have another gun, like
Yeah,
Schultz.
so
That's
and
right,
go
yeah.
shoot- and then
Out of
shoot
his
him.
ass.
So,
Yeah, I know. But then they had all these other guys that were ready and armed
That's right,
above
yeah.
him.
And I
So.
thought Stevens was gonna get him out, like secretly. get
Yeah,
him
you were
out.
thinking that
I
maybe
thought
he
that
would
or
was-
something.
No, he was gonna send him to a worse place.
Yeah.
goodness, yeah.
So, he mentioned something. He's like, yeah, he goes, I guess we're going to do that instead. But I really thought the guy torturing him was going to still make a slice. I'm like,
Oh my gosh. Oh,
To even have enjoyment in that. Whoa.
that's
got what
so
they
sick.
deserved.
That's really sick.
I'm impressed by this movie, though. This was so good. I enjoyed it. And, Mom, hands down, thank you so much for watching this with us.
Oh, no,
I was
I'm
kind of
glad I did,
worried.
but Yeah,
I contradict. I really
Yeah.
do, and you guys know that. But
listen.
I truly care about what you both think, and I want you to be comfortable with what we watch.
Yes.
So we did have a talk before we watched this, and I asked Mom if it was okay if she wanted to watch this with us. She did not have to, and you were curious, and you said, "Yeah, no, I can probably handle it. I don't think it's going to be a big deal." You kind of had that kind of attitude about it, so that was good.
Poor people, though. I felt so bad for them to get their little revenge. It was good because they were treated so bad.
So bad. I know, and I saw you getting so emotional in the beginning too, and I love it, like learning who Schultz was and how he
Yes.
just like threw them a key and said, well, you got two choices, this is what you can do. And I love how he's like, you can kill that guy, you know, and then you can like make your way, like follow the North Star. Like that was so great that he just showed them that. And they were like, oh yeah. And I love how dramatic it was where they would just throw off their coats,
Oh,
like
that's
robes that
right.
they had on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
wow.
see all the
Yes.
freaking whips, like the whip
Yeah.
scars or just bleeding cuts on their back, and
Wow.
oh god, the stuff they went through.
Yeah.
But love this movie, so wonderfully done.
Excellent.
Please let us know in the comments like how you guys felt about this movie. What was your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie? I know there's a lot more that we haven't seen, and again, I know I contradict, but there are certain ones. I asked family who've seen them if Mom can handle it. So, and Mom, if you wanted to watch it, you're more than welcome to. I'll just ask you
Okay,
every
let's
time
see.
to see,
Okay.
and I'll ask our brothers and friends to see like what they think, if you can handle it, and go by that.
What did they say about this one? Did they say heck no?
Said they probably can handle it. If you can watch Game of Thrones, you can handle this one.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
And it's
yeah.
funny because I know a lot of you will debate that, but Kill Bill, because it was so stylized and it was just upfront gore all the time.
yeah.
I just didn't think Mom would appreciate it. You might though. You might have. But that was a decision we made because of the beginning of the pandemic, and we didn't think we were going to be doing Zoom at the time. We thought we were just putting Mom on hiatus to separate each other for social distancing purposes. So we were trying to find movies to watch with just Kim and I, and then a lot of our fans were requesting Quentin Tarantino because they said, well, it's really violent, and you know, so we would love for you and Kim to watch it. And so anyways, like so that's how that started, and I'm glad we did include you and you wanted to watch
Thank
it.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
And
glad
you,
so,
I
too.
think, probably
Yes.
handled this better than we did. We were
I was hiding my
Very
eyes a
well,
lot.
Mom.
And
I was hiding my eyes a lot. I usually
That
do that.
is fine though.
Can't
Isn't
watch
Yeah.
all
it
the
funny
gore.
though, when it's the bad guy getting it? I feel so.
Me too.
I'm like,
I'm so messed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Blow off his kneecap. Yeah, look at those guts can fly. Like,
Yes.
so
I'm proud of
gross.
myself.
We're for the underdog.
I know.
That's what
Now we have to go back to when we first started watching Game of Thrones together, just see how you guys
Oh
were.
my God.
We've come far, guys or ladies. But yeah, so I applaud this movie. Please leave in the comments what you thought of
Yes.
this movie, and we'll see what happens. If we're going to be watching more Quentin Tarantino, we do get a ton of requests, and we try to be fair to everyone. We have polls on our Patreon, so you can check more stuff out there, and you can also vote for movies, request movies and shows, and we love it. Big list. But we're growing all the time, so we keep adding more to the plate, and honestly, this year alone, we took on way more than ever before. And we
That's
have
a
fun.
good thing. It's a good
That's
thing.
right.
It's a good thing. It absolutely is a good thing, especially during the pandemic too. It just helps us stay sane, as long as you don't watch too many like violent, gory things all the time. But even then, like I enjoyed this a
Release
lot.
it.
Yeah, you always have that satisfaction with Quentin Tarantino movies. Like they're so
Dude,
scary,
dude,
abrupt.
I
There's so
mean,
many
it's
emotions,
true.
suspenseful, and then you
That-
just
yeah.
have that where you're like, yes.
I
So
should have went.
thank you for requesting this movie. This has been highly requested for a while since we started Quentin Tarantino back in March, early March, and I enjoyed it.
I did
I did a big
too.
smile.
Thumbs up.
The ending was great.
I had 2 thumbs too.
So I hope you guys are well. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love Django, love Schultz. Woo, my
That's
favorites.
okay. Yay.
And
Yes,
Leonardo
so
DiCaprio
Dr.
was
Schultz.
crazy too.
he
Yeah,
was
he was
really
crazy
good.
too.
Yeah, and for being so
Yeah.
different, sorry, but yes, but being so different in this role, like amazing.
And
Like we
Don
always see him as a
Johnson.
good, yes, a lot of good people. Yeah, you were saying that. I'm like,
Something.
no, that was great. Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.